Now we will be looking at the module with the highest weightage, which is of arithmetic. So arithmetic, as we all know, carries at least 6 to 7 questions of weightage in any quants paper of any CAT exam in every year. So now let us start with the topic of percentages. So just by looking at the title, you can say that the word percent means for every 100, right? So for example, I have a total of 100 bags. Now at the end of the day, I sold 73 of them. So how much are left with me? 27, right? And what is the percentage of bags that are left with me after the day? So 27 by 100 into 100. So equal to 27 percentage. So whenever you are doing the calculations, so always include a percentage sign at the end if you are depicting a percent value. Okay. So the formula also says that percentage is equal to fraction into 100. So percentage for a given quantity is equal to the amount of given quantity divided by total quantity into 100. Okay. So now there is another formula in percentages, which is for percentage increase. So for example, let us say I had scored 25 marks in QA today. And in the next test, I am scoring 35 marks. So what is the percentage increase? So percentage increase, I'm using this notation for my convenience. Actually, you write percentage increase in marks, which can also be denoted by this, is equal to the increment, which is of 10 here, right? So 10 divided by original quantity. So initial marks were 25 into 100. So doing the division gives you 40%. Okay. So that is about how the percentage increase is calculated. And since we have talked about increment, so we will talk about decrement as well. So percentage decrease is nothing but actual decrease divided by original quantity into 100. So instead of scoring 35 marks, I scored 20 marks. So percentage decrease or the percentage decrease in marks is equal to what is the reduction? It is of 5. So 5 divided by original quantity, 25 into 100. So this goes 5 times and 20. So this is equal to 20 percentage decrease. So whenever you are given an increment or a decrement in the options, so it will be written an increase of X% or increased by X%. So it means the same thing, what we have seen here for percentage increase. Okay. So now, if the percentage increase is P, then the new value is 1 plus P by 100 times the old value. So now let me tell you one thing. For example, I give you 100 chocolates today. Okay. And on the next day, I give you 20 more chocolates. Okay. And on the next day, I say your amount of chocolate increases by 25%. So what will be the amount on day 3? So at the end of day 2, you had 120 chocolates. Now there is an increase of 25%. So as per this formula, the total amount will be 120 into 1 plus 25 by 100, which is equal to 120 into 5 by 4, which is nothing but 150. So you will be having 150 chocolates on day 3. Okay. And if you are given percentage decrease in place of percentage increase, then the sign would change. The plus would have become minus in case of a percentage decrease. Yes. So if the percentage decrease is p%, the new value is 1 minus p by 100 times the old value. Now let us try solving a actual CAT question based on this. So this is a little bit advanced, but you'll be able to grasp it easily. So a fruit seller has a stock of mangoes, bananas, and apples with at least one fruit of each type. At least one of each type. At the beginning of a day, the number of mangoes make up 40% of the stock. So if we say that initial quantity is equal to 5x, so mangoes is equal to 2x. Okay. That day, he sold half of the mangoes, 96 bananas, and 40% of the apples. So if we consider apples equal to 5a, initial quantity, then the amount sold 2a, right? Because if you do the percentage calculation, then 5a into 40 by 100. So this is equal to 2a. So he sold half of the mangoes, which is x, plus 96 bananas and 40% of the apples, which is 2a. And this is equal to selling 50% of the fruits. So 5x into 50 by 100, which is equal to 2.5x, right? So doing the subtraction and multiplying both the sides by 2 give you, okay, so initially doing the subtraction gives you 1.5x is equal to 2a plus 96. And doing the multiplication by 2 gives 3x is equal to 4a plus 192. Now, what are you asked to do? Smallest possible number of total number of fruits. It means you have to minimize x. And now since x is directly related to a in this form, so a has to be minimum. Now see, 192 is a multiple of 3. How? Because the sum of digits is equal to 12. Now 3x, here is a number 3. And for x to be an integer, 4a has to be a multiple of 3. which means A has to be a multiple of 3. So what are the possible values of A? 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. So you could have said that I will pick A is equal to 0 and get the value of 3x equal to 192. But we are given that at least one fruit of each type. So what we will do is we will pick A is equal to 3. So it gives 3x is equal to 192 plus 12, which is 204. And similarly, 5x will be equal to 204 into 5 by 3, which is equal to 340. And 340 is our required answer here. So that is how you use the concept of percentages to solve such questions. Now, there are some important properties of percentages. So if there are three successive increases in a certain number by p%, q% and r% respectively, the effective percentage increase will be percentage increase is equal to 1 plus p by 100 into 1 plus q by 100 into 1 plus r by 100, and all these values multiplied by 100 minus 100, because it will tell the final percentage, this quantity. So subtraction by 100 is necessary. Okay. And then there is another thing. If the value of an item goes up by x% or down by x%, then the percentage decrease or increase required to bring it back to its original value is 100x by 100 plus or minus x. So if the value is initially going up, then there will be a plus sign. If the value is going down initially, then there will be a minus sign. Okay. Now, percentage points means this value, whatever we are getting. So for example, this value is in a percentage form, so it can be called a percentage point. So the difference of 2 percentage points is the difference of 2 percentage figures. So we will use these three things combined to solve the next question. So this is also a question asked in CAT. So population of a town in 2020 was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 lakh. The population decreased by y% from 2020 to 2021 and increased by x% in the next year, where x and y are two natural numbers. If the population in 2022 was greater than that in 2020 and the difference between x and y is 10, then the lowest possible population of the town in 2021 was. So if you had noted down the formula discussed in the previous slide, which was 100x by 100 plus minus x. Now see, there is a decrement in the first year and then an increase. So you can consider this thing. Had the values been equal, okay? So here, 100x by 100 minus x. So from this, it is clear that this value is always greater than x, right? So x was the initial population decrease. Let us say in this scenario, so it would have been 100y by 100 minus y. And this had to be greater than y. And this is equal to x. So x is greater than y. Okay. So difference between x and y is 10. So it means that y percent decrease, and then y plus 10% increase has occurred, given that y is a natural number. Now, the final population would be PF is equal to 1,000,000 1 lakh into 1 minus y by 100 into 1 plus y plus 10 divided by 100. And this has to be greater than 1 lakh. Now, I am not cutting down 1 lakh and 1 lakh because the values will be useful for us. So this is equal to C. Multiplying by 100 over here gives us 100 minus y. And multiplying by 100 here gives us this as 100 and plus 10. So 110 plus y. Into 4 zeros will be taken down. So 10 into this is greater than 1 lakh. Okay, so 10 is cut out. And you can say that doing the cross multiplication gives you 11,000 minus y square and 100y minus 110y. So minus 10y is greater than 1,000. Sorry, 10,000. And doing the shifting of this on this side gives you y square plus 10y minus 1,000 is less than 0. So this is a case of quadratic equations clubbed with inequalities. So I'll just tell you the solution if you know. So here what you do is you take the discriminant of this number of this quadratic equation as b square, which is 100 minus 4ac. So c is this and a is coefficient of y square. So 100 minus 4 into 1,000 into 1, like minus 1,000 into 1. So this is 4,000 is equal to 4100. And the values, boundary values of y will be minus 10 plus minus root 4100 divided by 2 into a. Since a is equal to 1, so it will be divided by 2. Now, since y is a natural number, we will not consider the negative sign and only the positive sign will be considered. Now, 4100 and square root of it is equal to 64.03 something minus 10 by 2, which is equal to 54 point something by 2. So it will be 27.015 something. Okay. Now, for this to be satisfied, y has to be less than 27.015. Now the value that is asked will be 1 lakh into 1 minus y by 100. And to minimize this value, we have to maximize y. So y is equal to 27. And putting it here gives you the value as 73,000. Okay. So this is how the concepts of percentage is clubbed with quadratic equation as well as the inequalities help you in solving such questions.